I've been recording without my mic. How about that? Hello, my name is Soli Daisy and I welcome you in this video. We are talking about a new artist. Actually, it's a band today for the first time. It's the perfect autumn day. It's slightly raining, it's very dark, it's grey, we love it. It's cold. Let's jump right into it.
Why you should listen to
The Amazing Devil. The Amazing Devil, which is an amazing name by the way, was formed by vocalist and instrumentalist Joe Batey, I hope it's how you say it, and vocalist Madeline Highland. They met while working as actors for the Royal Shakespeare Company in 2014. Then they created their first album in 2016 called Love Run. They are both from the UK, and for a little precision, Joe Batey played the bard Jaskier in The Witcher. The Amazing Devil is considered a lyrical alt folk. It's very lyric based. I don't know how they remember all their lyrics, but respect. They wrote 3 albums. As I said, Love Run in 2016, The Horror and the Wild in 2020, and Ruin in 2021. They posted on social media that a new album was coming out soon, or at least was in preparation. Is it gonna come out when I'll be done with the editing? Probably, because it always happens. They have 300k monthly listeners on Spotify, so I'm aware that maybe the word underrated is a bit too much for them and their following, but I like their music and I wanted to talk about it, so I do what I want. I discovered them while trying to find a good song to write fantasy stories with, and I found Welly Boots from the second album. Now, when I listened to the whole albums, I got a bit confused because there has to be a story, like a dramatic story, or it wouldn't make sense, but it's kind of hard to find coherence between the songs and each albums, but I think I did. I was very surprised to see that their lyrics are most of the time very modern based. You can find songs talking about kings, about castles, about nature, but you can also find songs talking about Netflix, makeup, phones, social anxiety, which was very surprising to me. They sound very king-like, king-themed, and you hear them talk about Netflix, so it's kind of weird, but I love it. They have a lot of humor in the song, and you can always find a little funny lyric in most of the songs. Let's talk about their most famous work. Let's first start with the song named after the second album, The Horror and the Wild.
Give me back my heart, you wingless thing. Think of all the horrors that I promised you I'd bring. I promise you I'll sing on every time you passed your fingers through my hair and call me child. Witnessing that I am wild.
The next song is called Farewell Wanderlust from the same album. I don't know if it's just me, but I got completely lost in the lyrics. It makes sense, and at the same time, it's all over the place. Not only this song, but just like most of them. I just get lost in the lyrics. I don't know if it's because there's a lot of words, so you know, I'm a little bit stupid. It's what they want us to feel. Completely lost. And I think it's due to the constant switch between modern themes and older themes like king, nature, castles and stuff.
I'm the captain of courage that you've eternally lacked. I'm the Jesus of wishing to Christ he'll come back, because farewell, wanderlust, you've been oh so kind. You brought me to this party, but you left me here behind. So long to the person you begged me to be. She's done, she's dead.
We then have Unwanted Animal from, again, the same album. It's their most listened album, The Horror and the Wild. It's such a good song. Madeline's voice is really powerful and she makes the emotion go through so easily, but I guess she's an actress, so it kind of makes sense.
Can't you hear it? It can hear you. It wants me to. Throw the blade at the wall.
Just like we did with Cacophony's albums, we are now gonna talk about the 3 albums because I think it's interesting to detail them and try to find their meaning. So let's start with Love Run. It came out in 2016. It's their first album, 10 songs, and it's very much like in the present. In each album, the 2 first songs are always musically linked, which is the most satisfying thing ever. So let's listen to the transition between Love Run and King.
I'll keep the king.
On this album, I kinda struggle to see a precise theme. I just conclude that the album talks about a relationship that is failing, which is a running theme in most albums. This album is very acoustic and lyric based, and it keeps switching between old and modern themes again, which is confusing me. Now let's listen to the song New York Torch Song, which is the only song under a million listens.
News has begun. We just talk about this tomorrow. Light me a New York torch, my boys. Light me a New York torch, my boys.
At the end of the album, in 2 minutes, they say, "If I'm good, will you come back?" Which really makes me think that they really tried to make it out, to stay together, but it just didn't work out. They conclude with "Not yet, Love Run," saying that they're not ready yet, loving to running, running to loving.
Love run, love run, love run for all the things we wish we'd done. Run for all you know that's coming. Run to show love's worth running to. Love run, love run, love run. It's not from what we run. The drums love run, love run, love run, love run. What's to come? What's to come? Love run, love run, love run, love run. It's not from what we run. The drums, but what's to come? Love what's, love what's, love what's to come.
Their second album, The Horror and the Wild, came out in 2020. And as we should, we're gonna start by listening to the transition between the 2 first songs, The Rock Rose and the Thistle, and The Horror and the Wild.
And I know the kindest thing. I pray to God, it's the kindest thing. I know the kindest thing is to never leave you alone.
I think this album makes sense after Love Run. I don't know if they're linked, but they start by asking to remember each other. Then it seems that they are still together, flirting like it's the beginning again. In the song Wild Blue Yonder, it really feels like it's the start of the relationship, which is confusing to me. If it's continuing in the dynamic of the start of the album, then they shouldn't be meeting in Wild Blue Yonder.
Let's hide under the covers. We don't know what's out there. Could be wolves. So hold me over like you used to. So tight I bruise you. I bruise you. I bruise you too.
Then we have Yelly Boots, the song I discovered them with. This one, I can't really see a meaning that makes sense in the album with the order. This album really feels like it's the right theme all along, like all the songs are linked but they're not put in the right order. It makes sense musically and it doesn't make sense lyrically. In this song it almost sounds like they're talking to a child, so Are they talking to each other because they've known each other since they are children? Again, I keep saying this, but I'm confused.
And when you scream that it's not fair, it's like I've gone off to the coast, left you behind, just standing there, pretending not to see your ghost. If only you could hear my voice, but you are screaming far too loud to hear me swear.
The beginning of this album sounds very King themed. I hope you understand when I say King theme. It's like castle, nature, etc, etc. And then it ends up being very modern themed, which I like. I think it's interesting. I'm really digging it. For me, the end of the album could mean two things. First, they stayed together even while hurting each other, because they say you stole the best years of my life in Marbles. Two, they left before it was too late, knowing they would destroy each other and before regretting their life's choices. The last song, Battle Cries, ends up with I'm Doing Fine, which makes me think, even with whatever happened, option 1 or option 2, they still accepted it.
All it took to unearth in the dust and the dirt some release or respite from the heat and the hurt was taking the time now and then to ask how I am. And now at the end of all things, I'm not gonna scream, beat my chest at the wind. I'm doing fine.
The third and last album is called Rune. It came out in 2021, and after listening to it a lot, I'm not sure, but I think I discovered what's the main subject. Again, I was very confused at the beginning. At the end, I was a bit less confused. Let's first listen, again, tradition, to the transition between the first two songs, Secret Worlds and The Calling. I love this song, The Calling, so let's hear more of it. Madeline's voice shines so much in it.
I look to the wars not long ago that cut cordless, and we tried, I really fucking tried, but the rain kept coming down. I watched that woman
In this one too, the themes keep switching, confusing me, but after reading the lyrics again and again and again, I think the album is about childhood trauma. Let me explain. There is a running theme, I think in the three albums, but mostly in this one, of dad and mom, of making the same mistake, talking about the education and how it broke them and how it impacts their current relationship with people, lovers or friends. So let's listen to Blossoms. It starts with the weight of my phone like a tablet of stone, then it sounds like he's going to war, like he's talking about soldier, going back in the past before coming back to the present. To me, I see it as trying to accept the past and see it as a positive thing and not see it as a burden. For me, it's a healing song.
For the first time in all my life, I know I'm more than what I feared. I stare at the soldiers before me. Oh, my blossoms that have waited to rise. And I walk, and I walk, and I walk, and I walk.
I hope I'm clear enough, because this album is just a mess, a good one and an interesting mess, but a very confusing mess. In chords, they talk about kids. Maybe they talk to each other as kids, maybe they talk to their kids, or maybe they talk as if they are parents. They sing about a child leaving their parents and that it is the process of growing up.
Go tell them how we failed you and give to us all your blame. 'Cause we all that you hate about yourself so you can grow. 'Cause life begins by leaving and our love is shown in the letting go. Go walk until you're done. You're not right. Tell them we never cared. Go tell them how we fucked you up. And oh my God, it's so unfair. We were the winter nights so you could be the morning snow. Your life begins by leaving and our love is shown in the letting go.
At first, I thought the conclusion of this album was that whatever they do, they bring the relationships they have to ruin. They bring everything to ruin because they don't know how else to do things.
Brick by brick, rebuild us out of hows and whys, not whens. Nothing quite prepared me for when that piano sang again. Tomorrow I'll do things different. Tomorrow I'll be brave.
They end the album with Inkpot Gods. It's a lovely song and it kind of confirmed my theory by saying I will be the man my father never was and cause I'm more than what my mom told me to be. Am I right? Am I wrong? I just need answers. This last song is so emotional and it ends with, if I don't make it back from where I've gone, just know I loved you all along. And I hear it as, if I don't come back from all this trauma I had when I was younger, then I wish I could have made this work. Believe me when I said that I tried and I failed, but I wish we made this work. All these albums were so interesting to listen to, but very complicated to understand. But it makes me wonder if the albums aren't linked together, which I wouldn't be surprised because it's so lyrically interesting, musically interesting, and so like everything is kind of linked together. For example, in the song Shower Day from the first album, they say, "You're the one who asks me if I'm feeling okay." And then in Blossoms from the last album, they say, "You do not get to hurt me just because I asked you if you were alright." It could be just a coincidence, or maybe not. And I think it's kind of up to whatever our interpretation is, to be honest, which makes it even cooler. I still want answers. As a last part, let's now listen to the funniest quotes from the songs. I told you they were funny. You couldn't see it very much right now. I think what makes it even funnier is that it's so out of place sometimes, but it just works.
Never say how much you missed her or that you kissed a sister.
Every time we watch Netflix, we spend 2 hours deciding what to watch on Netflix.
Fuck you, she said. Fuck you, she said. Everyone knows sex is better when you're unemployed. You're not flawed, darling. You're just a little under-rehearsed. Filming shit on that Camry and it's my dad.
Gonna go home and show my cat
Some memes, 'cause he's awesome like me. In a moment of total rapture, with every strength I have, I ask if you play D&D and your face lights up like you've woken up from this endless fucking nightmare of pretending this is you, This is us, this is me, and this is how we're meant to be. But your smile tells me I'm safe, and that voice unspoken's heard. Cause if God made us all in his image, then God's a fucking nerd.
The Amazing Devil is an amazing band. I am so glad I discovered them. They tell a story and make you travel through time. Listening to them is like going on a trip and not exactly know how you're gonna come back. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. It was a pleasure to write this video. It was very fun. To be honest, it kind of felt like searching for a treasure, because just reading through the lyrics and wondering if I'm right and if I'm wrong, finding a meaning, then going back being like, oh, doesn't make sense. It was very fun to make and very nice to listen to. Go check them out. You can follow this YouTube channel if you want to. I post weekly videos on the new bands and new artists. You can follow me on Twitch as well. I'm live every day. We just started True Colors, so go check it out if you want to. Take care of yourself. Don't forget to drink water, look at the sky at least once a day, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.
I'll sing